You guys have Instagrams?
I'd definitely fumble.
Is Cinnamon Toast Crunch overrated?
I still to be really good, I gotta keep working though.
What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another vlog. Today is going to be crazy because I have a media pass. The only downside is, you guys know my favorite team is the Indians. I don't have a pass to get into the Indians clubhouse, so you guys are going to see some crazy interviews from Matt Olson, Ramon, Lareuano, and Jesus Luzardo. Awesome guys. Thank you guys for doing that. Make sure you guys follow them on Instagram, Twitter, all that different stuff. But it's going to be a great day vlogging with my dad over here. But again, not gonna get any Indians players, unfortunately, because we didn't get the passes. But hey, A's players, they're legit, so let's have some fun. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, guys, what's up? It's Fuzzy. I'm here in my hometown of Las Vegas, and I'm with the man, Matt Olson. If you guys are not following him on Instagram, do you have a Twitter?
I do have a Twitter.
Do you have a TikTok?
No, do not have a TikTok.
So you cannot find Matt Olson on TikTok, but what I like to do in these interviews is I like to keep it super organic and just go with the flow, so I don't have any questions lined up. But I do have a question for you. Do you know how good you are in MLB The Show?
I do not know. What are we working with?
So there's what's called Battle Royale. So it's where you get to draft your players. There's diamond players, gold players. You are by far and away the best gold player that I've ever. So there's Joey Gallo and Matt Olson. If you don't draft those guys in Battle Royale, you're doing it wrong. So what you like to do is, I hate you leadoff, because you're not a leadoff hitter, but
really?
The way that Battle Royale works.
It's that speed I got.
Yes, it's that speed. You know, Matt Olson is an absolute speed demon. Jorge Mateo, nothing on this guy right here, but you've grown a huge fan base in MLB The Show just because you're so powerful, and if you hit leadoff, you get an easy a ding-dong to right field every single time. So thank you for making my life a little bit easier.
You're welcome. Thank you for giving me a little lead off.
I got you. So do you play video games by any chance? Because that's something where like Fortnite, people who, baseball players don't play MLB The Show. What games do you play?
I get in, not much The Show. I'll kind of get it every year and play it for a little bit, but it's just weird when you play 162 games and you come home and you play a baseball video game. Sometimes you just gotta get away a little bit. So I play NBA, Madden, and Fortnite are pretty much my main three that I'll rotate between.
Okay. So how many, what are they called? Victory Royales? How many times have you won Fortnite? Because I'm at a whopping one. I won my first ever Fortnite battle, whatever they call it, and I never won again.
Yeah, there's nothing like the first one. But no, I got a few under the belt. I'm not too great. I'm kind of the role player on the squad.
You're the support player.
I'm there for a good time, and I might run into a kill here and there, and then hopefully we're holding up the trophy. You guys
got to find his gamer tag. Spend your entire day, find his gamer tag, and then drop it. So is that what you mainly do to get away from baseball? Because me, I used to play, and I'm going to keep it real. I'd stop playing because I didn't like practice. I didn't like coaches. So I guess a question for you, because you've made it, you get to enjoy your life and play out your passions. What would you say to because I have a lot of kids that are watching and teenagers, what would you say to anyone who's like, man, I don't like practice, I don't like my coaches? Did you ever have coaches that you weren't fond of, or did you ever have moments where like, I don't want to go to practice? How did you get through those tough moments, even in college, even high school? Because I know a lot of kids, that's their breaking point is high school. So how did you get past the coaches in practice?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely things in life that aren't fun that are going to come to a good end goal. I'm sure you're going around doing videos and the travel sucks, but
travel sucks, man.
at the end of the day, to get the job done is what you got to do, and it's the same thing with baseball. Nobody likes to go out and practice for 6 hours in high school and doing polls at the end of practice.
Yeah, or if it rains, you got to get the sponge and sponge the entire. Just stuff like that.
It's not fun.
But
at the end of the day, I wanted to be a Major League Baseball player, and I knew that it was something that I had to do to make it happen.
So you just kind of kept your head down and just follow your passions and didn't listen to haters, huh?
For sure. I mean, you gotta be aware of what you want to do and go address the things that need to be done.
Right. So you heard it here first. So I do like to keep it fun, but the second serious question I have for you is, how do you go about social media? Because as a YouTuber, I mean, if I make a video with my mom, it's like, your mom's this, your mom's that. Like, just the weirdest comments that you didn't think, no one would say it to your face. Like, this dude, you think he's tall, he's taller in person. You would not be saying that Matt Olson hits whatever he hits against lefties or righties, you wouldn't say it to his face. So how would you tell kids, because I feel bad for, like, my future kids are going to have to deal with all this stuff, constant battering of haters online, haters in person. How do you go about dealing with the hate?
Honestly, the older I've gotten, the less I've used social media. It's, to me now, it's more of like, I think what its actual purpose was, connecting with friends who have moved away from you, or,
right. That's what it's supposed to be
just see
for.
what they're up to, and, check in on them every once in a while because of that. I don't like to spend a ton of time on it.
Yeah.
I've, like I said, the older I've gotten, the more I just want to, sit down and talk to somebody, or, I'll get on video games with my buddies and we'll talk then. But it's definitely a slippery slope with the social media nowadays, and I'm trying to be a little more low key and off the radar.
Yeah. Did you ever play with Sonny Gray? Were you guys teammates back in the day?
Yeah, we crossed paths a little bit here.
Yeah.
But did like a bunch of spring training stuff with him.
Yeah, because I saw an interview with him and CC Sabathia and Trevor today, and they were talking about how he doesn't even have like a public Instagram anymore. It's a private Instagram with just his buddies. He's like holding a catfish, like stuff that Sonny Gray does. So I think that's probably what players are going to move towards. But I mean, when you have millions of followers, it's probably hard to stray away from that and think. I mean, at that point, you just probably don't look at it, huh?
Yeah.
As much as you did before.
Yeah, when I was younger and first got drafted and everything like that, and in high school, I was just abusing social media.
Right.
It's just whatever. Take a picture of something, on the ground and post it, and just say random things
Like
and yeah. So I've definitely matured, and I cut out some of that other stuff. And
you have to. It's just embarrassing at that point. Sure. Gotcha. So I think we've had a great interview so far. I know that Matt has to go do some stuff because they're actually playing the Indians today. So I'm a big Indians fan. So my favorite player growing up was Grady Sizemore. I want to ask all the players, who was your favorite player growing up?
So I'm from Atlanta.
Okay.
So Chipper Jones was obviously a big guy growing up.
The man.
It was hard to not love Chipper at the time.
Right.
And then also loved Griffey. Being a lefty,
right.
I'd always go into the yard and kind of mimic his swing,
right.
and try to have that like one-handed
right.
finish, like
backwards hat, everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, we've all seen the home run derby and stuff like that. And
I miss him.
Man.
Have you ever met him?
Never.
No.
I would love to.
My friend met him last year because we went to San Diego Studios where they make MLB The Show, and my friend FaceTimes Ken Griffey Jr. and shows it to my friend. He's just starstruck. So it's always crazy because like you're a professional baseball player, people get starstruck to meet Matt Olson. Would you feel starstruck to meet Ken Griffey Jr.?
Absolutely.
Like, what's the first thing you would say? Like, love you, or you think you might fumble?
I'd probably, I'd definitely fumble. I'd stumble on some words, and then I'd probably just, say that I'd say the same thing.
Yeah.
I used to swing like you in the front yard.
Right.
And
would you dab him up? Would you go for a handshake? Would you go for one of these? How would you?
I don't know.
Approach it?
I think first go handshake. Be official.
Feel it out.
And then depending on how the conversation goes, maybe dap him up at the
Dap
end.
him up like, thanks, dog. Ken Griffey Jr. All right, guys. Well, that's gonna do it for today. Thank you, everyone. Go follow Matt on Twitter, Instagram. Even though he might not look at your comments, I promise you, he loves you guys. It's a great day. Have you been to Vegas before? Is this your first time? Last question, I promise.
I came here last year.
That's right.
Broke my hamate and rehabbed here for a few games.
I was watching out there. I think you hit a home run, and I was like, dude, Matt Olson's coming back, and I'm glad I got to see him. But thank you for having me, man. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
For Sean Murphy, who has caught Rourke and Bailey, and those two guys were not with the A's in spring training. That's a big
Luzardo, if you guys have played MLB The Show, you know this dude's card because, honestly, you as a lefty, there's a mode called Battle Royale. If we bring you in, no one's getting out. I have like a .7 ERA with you in like 50 innings. So my question to you, Jesus, is how does it feel to see yourself in a video game if you've seen it so far?
I actually haven't.
You haven't? Come on, man.
I always dreamt about that growing up, and I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome, and it's a blessing.
Yeah. Well, you got to use yourself because there's a diamond. So there's like silvers, golds, diamonds. There's a diamond Jesus Luzardo postseason card. Everyone watching this right now has at least 400 innings with that card. So you're absolutely nasty.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah. So I'm actually from Vegas, but I'm an Indians fan. But coming to all these games, we knew that Jesus Luzardo was going to be a big thing. So when you got to the league, how did you handle, because like a lot of kids watch, teenagers, how did you handle the pressure of, man, all these people are watching and I have an expectation, finally making it and then being able to show up?
I kind of really didn't even think about it as pressure. I kind of just thought about it as, I'm fortunate enough to get the opportunity to have people count on me at some point.
Right.
And I think, I think that's a blessing. It's not as much pressure. And when I look at it like that, it makes it a lot easier to go out there and perform.
Right. Yeah, because you kind of are more calm than, you seem like it's just, I was born to do this, man. Like, I got a hand in front of an arm. Like, this is what I was meant to do. Is that kind of your approach? Like, this is what I was born to do?
Yeah, I mean, baseball, people say it's a game, but it's not a game. It's my life. Right. Baseball is my life, and I don't know what I would do without it. I definitely have emotion. I definitely feel it.
Okay.
I might not show it,
right.
But I definitely, I get excited sometimes out there, and I'll let you know about it.
Right. Because you're kind of the opposite. There's a dude on the other team. I don't know. His name is James Karinchak. You guys are like the complete opposite. Like both nasty, but he's wild, man. You're just, this is my job. So with these interviews, I like to ask like a few serious baseball questions, but now I'm gonna ask you kind of an off question.
Okay.
Do you like cereal?
I do.
Is Cinnamon Toast Crunch overrated?
No, it's not. We had last year in Las Vegas, we had a little group and we called it CTC. We'd go get Cinnamon Toast Crunch every day, yeah.
Because I'm an Apple Jacks guy and everyone's always like, Fuzzy, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is the best cereal. I just can't get down with it. I don't know what it is about it.
I go through phases. I had a Fruit Loop phase for like 3 months this year. So now I'm back to Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So how does that work when you're on the road? Do they give you like a full banquet of food, or because I'm sure a lot of people are wondering like the inner workings? Is it a lot of food? Is it like, Jesus, you want Chipotle, you want Cafe Rio? How does that work?
No, usually there's like a good spread, and they give you some options there, but yeah, I mean, if you want a cereal, they'll have it there for you. So I think it's pretty cool.
Gotcha. A couple more questions. I promise I know you have things to do.
No worries.
So I asked Matt who his favorite player was growing up. So he was a big hitter, Ken Griffey Jr. Who did you model your pitching motion, or who was your favorite player growing up?
I had a couple. Yeah, Johan Santana was kind of where I started.
I miss that guy.
He was, very good lefty, Venezuelan, good changeup. But then Felix Hernandez, Dontrell Willis, because I grew up down in South Florida, so Dontrell Willis was big for me. Those were kind of the 3 guys that I kind of modeled my game after.
Okay, awesome. Dude, I remember using Johan Santana back in the day on, like, did you ever play like MLB 06 or stuff like that, where like Big Papi was on the cover? Johan, or the Bigs. Did you ever play the Bigs?
I played the Bigs.
The Bigs. Johan was the best changeup of all time.
Oh, yeah.
So last question I have for you, I promise, is because you're familiar with Las Vegas, a lot of my fans are like, where should MLB expand to? Do you think that the new playoff rules, and do you think that expanding teams would be good? And if so, do you think that Vegas would be a good spot?
I think Vegas would be a great spot. There's a lot of good fans out here, and even for, we were here in AAA last year, and we would sell out even on a Tuesday night. So I think it'd be good for baseball, and I mean, they're growing. They got the hockey team, they got the football team now, so I think it'd be pretty cool if they expanded.
Yeah, same with me. All right, I lied. One more question. Did you ever play video games growing up? Like, did you ever play COD?
Yes, I still play video games.
Okay, what's your game right now?
Right now, lately, it's been Fortnite still.
Fortnite, okay.
But growing up, it was Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. How many Moabs did you drop? Or nukes?
A good amount.
A good amount? Man, I sucked at that game. So how many victory royales? A couple of them? I think Matt said he had a couple under his belt.
In Fortnite?
Fortnite, yeah.
Oof. We probably over 100.
Over 100?
Yeah.
That's the next thing. Why do they have baseball uniforms in Fortnite? I know they have football, NFL and NBA or something like that.
I don't know. I haven't really dived into all that.
You got to make some phone calls, man. You got to get Jesus Luzardo in the Fortnite game. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up. Jesus, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
And do you have Instagram, Twitter, anything like that?
I do. baby_Jesus9.
There you go. Everyone go spam him. Tell him what's up. Thank you for having me, man.
Thank you.
Going with the guy that has the best arm in all of baseball, Ramon Lareuano. What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing, man? How you been?
I'm doing well, man. We met at the Easton event. Team Lareuano picked up the win with John Boy. That was a great time. So my first question to you is, how are you enjoying the offseason so far? Do you spend it mostly in the Dominican? Do you travel back and forth? What do you do with your time in the offseason?
It's like a 50-50 here in the States and then in the Dominican.
Okay.
With my family and my dogs.
Your dogs?
Yeah.
What kind of dogs do you have?
3 Chihuahuas.
3 Chihuahuas? Okay.
Yeah.
Those are the best kind of. Everyone hates on Chihuahuas, but I have one.
Because they're loud.
Yeah, because they're loud.
But I don't mind them.
Yeah, like when you live with them, they're not that bad.
Yeah, they're not that bad.
Yeah.
They're little babies.
They are little babies. So you have 3 of them, right?
Yeah, 3 of them.
Okay. So when you travel back and forth, does your family take care of them? Because I got a little cat, and I'm wondering, like, when I travel, who's gonna take care of my cat? Like, how does that work? Do you have babysitters or family?
We have in the Dominican, it's pretty normal to have a lady that. Oh my God.
You're good.
Okay, like a maid in your house. That's pretty normal over there.
Right.
So we have one over there back home, and she just stay there for whatever X amount of time. They're here.
Okay.
And then my parents obviously take care of it whenever I leave.
Gotcha.
So,
That's
yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. So you have a good little balance.
Yeah.
So, a big question I have for you, because everyone who's watching, they know that you have a big arm. Do you like being known as the guy who could throw from center field over the stadium? Do you like that? Or if you could describe yourself as a baseball player, are you the speed guy? Are you the guy with the good arm? Or do you think, because in my opinion, I think you're a good overall player. Like, you're good at everything.
Thank you, but I still to be really good. I gotta keep working though. Yeah, I would like just to be an all-around player, not just the arm, because I mean that means I'm not hitting, so I don't like that so much.
Right. No, for
but
sure.
it's cool. It's cool that people talk about the arm and stuff, whatever. So it's cool.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how young you are too. Like, you still have a lot of time to progress and get more power, get better contact, get better with stolen base attempts, everything. So do you work on like one thing at a time per off season? Like, let's say you didn't hit as many home runs, do you like focus on power, or do you focus on everything at once? Because I feel like it's got to be a lot to be like, I'm going to focus on contact, all of this at once. Is it one at a time? How does that work?
I mean, I focus on everything, but I don't focus on power at all.
No?
No. I will. No, I think I will get in trouble if I do that.
You think so?
Yeah, I will be playing here in this field
You would
during
be
the
in AAA?
season. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So for all the kids out there, like, let's say they want to be power hitters, would you recommend just like driving balls up the middle and driving things away, or would you try and practice? Because it seems like everyone has the uppercut swing to try and hit home runs.
Yeah, I
What do you
wouldn't
think?
mess around with the swing. I wouldn't.
Okay.
I will mess around with like hit the weight room every single day.
Yeah, you want to be big.
And be explosive and. But getting a good position, like don't let your head move so much,
Okay.
because it will help you with power, recognizing pitches, contact, and everything else. And like just staying back.
Staying back?
Yeah,
Okay.
just staying back a lot.
Because I think that's a lot of that's a big issue that kids have coming up, is not waiting too long and not staying back, because they're taught just to go for home runs. So they're swinging out of their shoes.
They're just their front hip opens up and they fly open and stuff, instead of just staying back and hip to the ball kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, back hip
Back
to the
hip.
ball,
Back
and
hip, remember
back
that.
elbow, back hip to the ball together.
Okay.
And that helps a lot, I think.
Okay.
A lot of guys been doing that lately, so that's
Gotcha.
good.
Last baseball question, I promise. So my brother, you met him at Easton.
Yeah.
The big power guy.
I
So
rem-
he's in
yeah,
college
that
now.
guy's-
He was raking, and then all of a sudden, you're gonna fall in slumps. So what would you say to people that you're raking, and then all of a sudden you just can't hit, or you're hitting the ball well, you're just getting out, and all of a sudden you have a week where you're hitting 100? How do you fix a slump, or is really just not a way to fix a slump?
So what was he hitting, like 500?
He was hitting like
400?
500 with the OPS of like 1300, something crazy.
So yeah, so 500. That's pretty legit, right?
Yeah.
So if you're getting a slump, you're hitting like 300. So
Right.
why don't
That's
you?
still good.
That's still good. So like, don't think about it so much. It's
Right.
just let the game come to you. What I can talk is for experience. I just sacrificed a couple at bats, and so I hit a liner to second base.
That's a good one. I've heard that
And
before.
I
yeah.
sacrificed a couple of bats and see more pitches. I mean, you come out of the slump, maybe just seeing pitches, maybe having these long at bats sometimes that you foul a couple balls, really good swings,
Right.
and taking some really good pitches. You can get out of the slump with literally any little thing that you feel like, okay, that was key for me. But I guarantee you, he's never hitting a ball to the pull side.
No. Yeah.
He's always hitting the ball to the
That's
opposite
what he's
field.
doing. That's what he's doing.
That's
Yep.
good for. I mean, that guy is pretty big, man.
He's a big
so
dude.
he can hit he can go foul pole to
Right.
foul pole. So
Right. So pretty much, even if you can have good at bats, but even though you're getting out, you can still take some good away from it.
yeah, I mean, it starts in practice. You gotta see the ball get deep, especially your brother.
Yeah.
If he can let the ball get deep, because they won't throw him right down the middle.
No,
I guarantee you that, because he's so freaking huge, and they're scared of him as soon as he gets in the box. I bet. I mean, I was scared of him when he was hitting the batting cage inside.
He was actually making some comments that made me feel happy as an older brother.
I mean, I thought he was gonna get drafted out of high school or something.
I know. Well, that's the plan, and hopefully you can. I want him to be on the A's super bad, be with you.
Yeah,
and we
that
was
would
talking
be
about
great.
Olson, super nice guy.
Yeah.
So Not baseball question. Last question, I promise.
No, you're good.
Do you eat a lot of cereal?
No, I don't.
No cereal?
No.
Dang. Okay, here's a question for you. I don't know why it's so important to people, but do you think a hot dog is a sandwich?
No, I do not think so.
Thank you.
It's like a hamburger kind of thing.
I think it's more
Like a, yeah.
like a sandwich is a snack. A hot dog
Yeah,
is
like
a meal.
ham with cheese and
Yeah.
sandwich, I mean bread.
Yeah, there you go. So a hot dog is not a sandwich. Stop talking about it. But thank you guys for watching. Ramon, you're the best man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Fuzzy.
Appreciate it. Hey, good luck this season, all right?
Thank you, I appreciate it.
So if you guys are wondering why you're only seeing A's players, that's because I got a media badge and I know the media guy for the A's. So that's why I'm not really talking to any Indians players. I want them to focus up because we're trying to get this W. But hopefully you guys are watching so far. I got my dad back there. Thank you again to MLB for making this happen. This is crazy.
Batting second, catcher